Hey, YouTubers, Tasman here, bringing you another episode of Fantasy Grounds Unity from the ground up. And in the last episode, we went over multi-classing, we went over importing, and we talked about a comment that I got from David Maynor, um, about the cloud version. I can't do that here, can I? I'm on the wrong one. I'm trying to clear the chat. There we go. So in this episode, we're going to continue making our characters. We are going to make I'm thinking a cleric. Let's make a cleric. I think that'd be fun. So we actually have a healer. And then, like I said in the previous episode, I think we'll also add a wizard or a sorcerer to our group. And what I wanted to do after we have our 4 characters is we will actually design, well, not design, but we'll convert a PDF adventure over to Fantasy Grounds from scratch. So you'll be able to get an idea of how all these different buttons work a lot better, what they do and how you can actually create your own components within them. So that should be really good. I've already done a lot of work on getting it set up, so we'll just be able to jump right in. So let's go ahead and get going on this. So what we're going to do today is we are going to make yet another character. So we're going to go ahead and click that. And this will be, a name. This will be our cleric. And I'm trying to think. Let's name her. I think my priest in World of Warcraft is Cordelia, so that'll work. Cordilia, I think is how I spelled it. Cordelia. So this will be Cordelia. We already decided that her portrait was going to be the winged one over here, and maybe we'll do another female for our. Actually, we could do another race, like a dragonborn. That's a kobold that looked like dragonborn to me. I don't know. I mean, technically, she doesn't have. Well, we could even call her Mercy from Overwatch. Let's do that. I like that because she has wings. Mercy. Mercy. Okay. Yeah, that's right. So anyway, let's go ahead and begin. So for this character, we're going to make her background so it makes sense. Maybe like an Alakite, because those are people that have been in service of the temple as a servant or a helper. So let's just grab Alakite. We'll go ahead and throw that right there. We will do class, which is going to be a cleric, and the race. Let's do a human. A human. Right there. Okay, so first with Alakite, let's go ahead and throw in background. This will add us a couple new skills. Cleric, not the image. Boom, that will do this. So as a cleric, I imagine I get 2. Let's just make sure what we already have. Insight and religion, so we don't want to choose insight or religion. I'm going to say maybe medicine and persuasion. Because a doctor's got to persuade you into letting them poke you with the needle and stuff. All right, so that takes care of that. Then our cleric, we want to be able to really focus on healing. That's their main purpose. So we're going to go life domain, and that will take care of that. So there is Mercy. The beginnings of Mercy, anyway. Now, one thing you'll notice with humans, and I don't know if it says it in here or maybe it says it in here, but humans get to humans actually get to choose which attributes they want to add 1.2. So, or I think they can also do 2. I don't know. We could double check as a human. Is it down here somewhere maybe? Ability score increase. So your ability score, well, I'm thinking of a variant human. So all of them increase by 1. So everything will actually be +1. That's right. So I'm actually surprised it didn't automatically change everything to 11. But we'll remember that as we're going. So let's see if this will work again with Dutheon. Let's go ahead and grab his die. 1, 2. We should do it nice and slow. 3, 4, 5, and 6. All right, so there are our attributes. So we know this will actually be 15, 10, 15, 16, 15, 15. Wow, that is a lot of those. So as a cleric, that's especially oh, I forgot to do human. That's why it didn't do it. I didn't do human yet. Go back to mercy. Mercy me. Now it'll probably do it. Did I not? I didn't put it there. Human. There we go. Now it did it to 11 on everything. Okay. So as a cleric, let's just go double check what our spellcasting modifier is, because that will definitely want to be our top one. We're hoping we get to actually stay back and not have to take much damage. And we will probably take some, so we use wisdom. Okay, so we definitely want to probably put our highest value, which is the 16 into wisdom. So let's go and do 16 into wisdom. Then we have our dump stat. I think we will go ahead and put our dump stat as the 10, which is nice. We don't have any negatives. And then everything else is 15. Right, so 1, whoops, not 5. Let's click off and back on. 1, 5, 1, 5, 1, 5, and 1, 5. And a 16 and a 10. Beautiful. I think that works. Yes. All right, so that pretty much does this. However, we do need to say we have our D8 plus our con, which is 2, so we're at 10 for a level 1. Right now, our AC is a 12. However, with a cleric, we will be able to get some armor. And it's not going to do us any better to do lighter armor, other than we can be stealthy. So if we come in here, we can see that all those are chosen. Okay, so let's do what we did before. We'll actually come back and do these things. Let's go ahead and add this. Copper, silver, electrum, gold, and platinum. And we'll start out with our Alakite background. Scroll down to see our equipment. So we get a holy symbol, a gift you want, a gift to you when you entered the priesthood, a prayer book or will. I think we want a prayer book. So let's go ahead and grab items real quick. So let's do HOLY. Holy water. How heavy is it? 1 pound. We'll call that our holy symbol. So what we'll do is grab this, and we'll just change this to say holy. I could have swore there was an actual symbol. Maybe it's not pulling up. SYMBOL. So that's our holy symbol. Let's see. I want to just look it up real quick. SYM. No. Or it's doing the goofy thing again. Who knows? Prayer book. So let's do a book. I think there is a prayer book. Nope, there's not. So we'll go ahead and just grab a book, and we'll rename it to prayer book. PRAYER. Prayer book. So there's our prayer book. Five incense. So let's do INC incense. That's one block. I'm going to change it to stick. The weight's fine. Let's go ahead and say incense stick. STICK. So there's our incense stick. Vestments, which are nicer clothes. They're more for rituals and stuff. VEST. Clothes vestments. I'm just going to get rid of the clothes because I already know they're clothes. So there's vestments, a set of common clothes. So we actually get 2 sets of clothes. Clothes common. And a belt pouch. So we get a pouch with 15 gold. A pouch. Go ahead and do that. And 15 gold. Perfect. All right, so that takes care of that one. We also didn't roll on our rogue the whatchamacallits in notes here, and we didn't even add the other, not in notes, in, yeah, it is in notes, it's up here, the gender, age, and the different whatever those are called, your ideal, bonds, flaws, and traits. That's okay, because we already know how to do that from the fighter. And if you haven't checked out the fighter, definitely go check out the fighter episode. The fighter thing. Go back to mercy. It's not, wait, we're not on the, no, we're not. Okay. All right, so that will take care of that. We'll go ahead and go to Cleric now and scroll down to right here. All right, so we can have a mace or a warhammer if we're proficient. So we have to see if we're proficient in a warhammer. All simple weapons. I don't think a warhammer is considered a simple weapon, but a mace. Let's just check right here real quick. Weapon. So a warhammer definitely falls under martial, and the mace is definitely simple. So we have a mace. Oh, why we have it open? Might as well grab it, right? There's our. Did it do it? I don't see that it did it. Mace. Are we not? Why you no do mace? All right, fine. We'll do it down here. MACE, mace. Go ahead and grab that. Boom. Why is it not showing us a mace? All I can think is maybe it's thinking we're one of these other ones. Let's release these for now. Release, release. So we only have mercy. Let's give her white dice. How's that? You can't even see the values. There we go. She has white dice. We need inventory. And why you no give us a mace? There we go. I think we were kind of clicked between one. It's best when you're doing your character creation that you actually do not have lots of one's already connected to you. Alright, so there's our mace. We can have scale mail, leather armor, or chainmail if proficient. Now, I don't remember if we are proficient in all armor. Abilities. Light, medium. So just light and medium. I believe chain is considered heavy. So we could do scale mail or leather. So if we go look at armor real quick, it's not showing it all. It's being really goofy. I wonder if it's like after so much time it just starts goofing up. Alright, let's just do, I think, scale SEAL. So here's our scale mail. And it will give us disadvantage when we try and sneak, but our rogue probably won't be the sneaky one. And we can actually apply the 2 decks we have to it. So I think this will be pretty good. It's a medium armor, so we'll go ahead and grab scale mail. Did you not? Hello? Hello? What is this doing? Oh, we're in abilities. Derp. Okay, let's try that again. Scale mail. So that's our scale mail. We can have a light crossbow and 20 bolts or any simple weapon. I think ranged, especially as a cleric, is a good idea. So CROSS, crossbow. So we are going to have a crossbow bolt case, 20 bolts, and it said a light one, right? Nope, yeah, a light. And a light. Perfect. And then we can have a priest pack, explorer's pack, and a holy symbol. So we get another holy symbol. I think we're just going to keep the one. We'll just say 2 then. We had a spare in case we break one. And then I think we're going to go with the priest pack. So if we go here to adventuring gear, maybe this will work. It's not adventuring gear, is it? It's under, is it tools? Yes, I think it... Wait. No, it's not. I lied. Did I pass it? Holy symbols. Oh, here we go. Priest pack. So grab that. Boom. There we go. That time it worked. Alright, so that's our priest pack. That's everything there. So now with a cleric, we have spell casting. So we need to figure out what kind of spells we can actually do, and so this is where you get to read. It has this nice link for cleric spells, so you can see the cantrips you can choose from, the level 1 spells. So we'll keep that kind of handy, but now we need to know what about the cleric. So at first level we know 3 cantrips, so that's good to know from the cleric spell list. Let's just take care of the 3 cantrips. So as a cleric, as a human, we cannot see in the dark, so light might be a good one. Spare the dying might be a good one. You touch a living creature that has 0 hit points and the creature becomes stable. So that definitely could be a good one because you could run up, touch someone, heal them up. So let's go ahead and do that one. Or maybe not. What is going on? Hello? Actually, you know what? I don't want to do them from here anyway. We're going to use this as a reference because we do want to use the Rob Tui ones. So let's go ahead and go back to all, which is kind of weird that we can't see everything else. And, oh, get rid of Rogue. And we want the 5e coding for spells. Alright, so let's go ahead and change this to Cleric. And then we'll also say level 0, which is cantrips. Alright, so the first one we said is Spare the Dying, which still isn't working. Am I doing something goofy? I don't think I'm doing... Maybe I have to drag it up here with this one? Spare the Dying. No. light. There. Oh, it did light. I wanted to do spare the dying. No, it did. What? What the heck? Oh, now it's doing all of them now for some reason. All right, light. There we go. It's been a little goofy. Like I've always said, and I will say again, this is still an early, it's early access, so you have to expect having issues. Thaumaturgy is kind of cool, I think. Yeah. So we have light, so we can see because we're blind as a bat. I think our elf can see. I think Dutheon can see as well. So it's just us. Guidance might be a good one, which doesn't have any info. There it goes. Guidance. You touch once before the spell ends. The target can roll a d4 and add that number to an ability check of its choice. You can roll the die before or after making the ability check. The spell then ends. Alright, so mending, we know what that one is. Well, I do it. It fixes clothes and armor and stuff. Spare the dying we already have. Thaumaturgy. Toll the Dead is actually a pretty good one as well. It causes a giant ringing in their ear. You point at the creature, see within range. Sound of a dolorous bell fills the air around it. For a moment, the target must succeed on a wisdom saving throw or take 1d8 necrotic damage. If the target is missing any of its hit points, it instead takes 1d12. So if it actually has some damage, it actually takes extra, which is kind of nice. Let's do that one. Toll the Dead. That sounds pretty good as long as it's working. So here you would have to choose, did they take some damage or did they not already have damage? So that's what that's talking about. And then also we can see our wisdom. Our DC is pretty dang low. I thought we did our wisdom, didn't we? I'll go back here. Our wisdom's +3. So why is that DC so low? Group. Oh, group DC. I don't think it's group. This should be fix group. I think it should be our ability. And then the stat would be wisdom. I don't know why it would be group. So let's see what that does. That's better. That seems more right because I think that's right. Alright, so there is that. So the next thing is level 1 spells, and we got to figure out how many we get or what. So you prepare the list of cleric spells that are available for you to cast, choosing from the cleric spell list. When you do so, choose a number of cleric spells equal to your wisdom modifier, which is 3. Plus your cleric level, which is 1, so that's 4. So therefore, a 3rd level cleric you have 4, 2, of 16. Okay, so it looks like we actually know all the spells. At least that's how I'm reading this. We don't have known spells. We actually know them all. Oh man, I don't have that. I don't have that mod in here. Oh, that could be a pain. So maybe why I do this, maybe I can just talk, and hopefully this doesn't start screwing up. So as a cleric, you know all spells. However, you only get to prepare as many as it said. So that's create, destroy water, cure wounds, detect evil, good and evil. Which one's next? Detect magic, detect poison, guiding bolt, healing word. Go ahead and start minimizing these guys. Healing word doesn't have any info. Oh, maybe I have to do that. I don't know. Maybe this is buggy. Let's see. So that's healing word, inflict wounds. It acts like there's something there though, because look at all the space. Normally, if it doesn't have anything, maybe it's just being goofy. I don't know. Inflict wounds, protection, good and evil, purify food and water. I don't think it got the purify food. Oh, it did. Sanctuary and shield of faith. I'm curious if I do cure wounds again, or was it healing words? Healing word. Let's double check. Yeah, it didn't have anything. And now healing. This healing word has something. This one does not. So I might have to kind of go in and add any ones that didn't actually work properly by trying again. Once again, this is early access. This is to be expected. It's not a big deal. It'll be taken care of, I'm sure, by the time they actually do a full release. Okay, so then once we have those spells, what we need to do is come into here for preparation, and it says we get to do our spellcasting modifier, which is wisdom. So that is the +3 plus our level, which is 4. So we get 4 spells that we can cast. So what we want to do is come in here and we prepare them. I'm trying to remember. That's the 1d4. I think Cure Wounds is the better one. 1d8. So I definitely want Cure Wounds. Let's do Detect Magic might be good. Guiding Bolt is a good one. Inflict Wounds is a good one. Sanctuary, I think, is a pretty good one, too. Sanctuary. You ward a creature within range spell attack until the spell ends. Any creature who targets the warded creature with an attack or a harmful spell must first make a wisdom saving throw. On a failed save, the creature must choose a new target or lose the attack or spell. The spell doesn't protect the warded creature from any area effects, such as an explosion of a fireball. That's pretty good. That could help. Shield of Faith is also good too. Maybe we'll do Shield of Faith. So there's our 4. Now, one cool thing you can do is if you change this to combat mode, it only shows you the ones that you actually have prepared, and your cantrips, of course. And then if you change this to actions, it only shows you the actions associated with those. Did this not have... How come that's not showing the effect right there? I don't know. Once again, I think it's being a little goofy. But that's okay. We'll try and get that fixed at some point. All right. So now that we have that, we're going to keep the spells up because now we need to quickly go through. We're at 29 minutes. Ugh. We're going to be a little over on this one, I'm thinking, because we still have to go add the features and stuff like that. However, it's kind of the same as what we've done before. You just have to read the things and see what it is. So, maybe we won't go over 40. If we hit 40, we'll just go ahead and end it. But let's see how far we can get. So a bonus proficiency here, we will say when you choose this domain at first level, you gain proficiency with heavy armor. See, now that was what it didn't add. Heavyarmor. So we could have actually took the better armor, the was it chainmail? But it's okay. We're fine with what we got. Disciple of Life. Let's see what this says. Also, starting at first level, your healing spells are more effective when you use a spell of first level or higher to restore hit points to a creature. The creature regains additional hit points equal to 2 plus the spellcaster's level. Now, I believe we can actually set that. Let's just see if we can figure it out. I believe what we do is we would come in here and we do this. And I think we could add a bonus to it saying multiple or level ability. Stat. If this doesn't go into character, then it... Oh, there we go. Which means now I have to go all the way back. So it will be 2 plus the spell level. Oh, actually, I guess you couldn't do that because that changes depending on... So you'd have to actually say... So this is one you'd have to remember, I guess, because a Disciple of Life, what you would do is you would say, oh, I'm casting this at 2nd level or 3rd level. Then it would be... So it would be whatever this heal is, 1d8 plus 3. Then it would also be the level plus 2. So if we casted it at level 3, that means it would be 5 because the level is 3 plus 2 is 5 plus the 3 here would actually make this 8. So it'd be 1d8 plus 8 is the actual heal. However, every time you cast it, you would have to say which level you're casting it at. So that one's not one we could really code very well unless we actually created individual ones for every single possibility of level. I don't think that's worth it. All you'd have to do is add a modifier manually. So if we were doing a heal here, what we could do is say that, and we'll have to check if this works. I think it'll work. So right now we're let's say we cast it at 3, so that gives us that 5 we were talking about. And then if we cast this, let's see if it'll work. So that's 7. Get rid of this. We're gonna go down. Yep, plus 8. So that's where you'd want to do that. So as a life domain healer, you would definitely want to keep track of that and make sure that you know your character. And that's one of the big things with D&D. You need to know your character. All right, so that is not one necessarily we can code. Let's see. That was that the divine domain? No. Choose domain related to your deity, knowledge, light. So ours was life, I would say, which I think is the divine domain. We'll just do this. We'll just put a colon life, which I think is... Oh, that's down here, so that's fine. Because we have life domain right there. And this will give us domain spells. Now this actually is pretty good because this gives us spells that we don't have to prepare. They're always prepared for us no matter what, but they still do count towards our spell slots. So if we go to life domain, we can look at our first level spells that we get is Cure Wounds and Bless. So if we already have those two prepared, we have the Cure Wounds one, so we don't need to do that anymore. But what we can do is, let's just drag that over and hope it does something. Okay, it did it. But what I want to do is actually change this so I remember it's a domain spell and I don't have to prepare it. Is I will say life domain spells. So do life, D-O-M-A-I-N, domain spells. And then when I click off of that, that will sort up into its own area. So you'll see we have spells level 1. Here's our... Is this our cantrips? Yes, our cantrips. Why didn't it have the little... Why does it have light twice? Oh, wow. It's a little buggy. So down... Where'd it go? Spell slots. Wait, what? Didn't I just change that? Life domain spells. Wait, what? Light. It's not showing us everything here. It should be saying cantrips right there. Alright, let's try. Let's release and re-grab. Yeah, I'm not sure why. It should actually create another one saying life domain spells. And then cure wounds is also one of those. So let's go ahead and do that. So life domain spells, and then we can click here and it goes up and turns into whatever this is up here. Oh boy. Yeah, that's interesting. So this also means now we can add one more. Was it one more or two? I think it was two, because those two, which are not these guys, and it's thinking these things are light. I'm not sure why. What if we do like this stuff? No, it still isn't working. Weird. We might be able to maybe create the power. Except for it's not showing it. Oh wait, cure wounds just showed up. Spell what? If I do that again, will the other one show up? Bless, and there's cure wounds. So that one is a... Are we in prepare mode? No, we're not. Preparation. Life domain. Bless. Okay, so we can get rid of that one. Turn that back off. Preparation. this is a little goofy. So those are prepared, and then we can actually prepare, I think it was two more. So let's go ahead maybe and do detect magic in command. And then when we go to combat, light. Oh man. And there's cure wounds. But it's not showing the heading. Oh well. So that would be those. We're at 40 minutes. So that's how you'd end up adding those, is you could just change it and then say that, and then just make them so they're always prepared. I'm not sure why that has a dot. Probably because it's not looking at it as an actual spell. It's just a power. And so it's not working quite right. But that's what you do. And then once again, as we were doing before, you would look for any of these other abilities that have possible things that we can actually set. And where'd our traits go? We don't have any traits, really? No, I doubt that. Yeah, it's definitely being goofy with all this. So hopefully in a future release it'll actually update. And what I might end up trying to do is recreating these people over in Fantasy Grounds Classic, export their character and import them in here. Maybe it'll work. I don't know. But we'll just have to plug along. So we're at 40 minutes. Like I said, that's where I wanted to get to. Hopefully you enjoyed the episode, even though we did run into some little goofiness. I don't know if that's a standard thing, if it's recreatable. I mean, I might try and exit out Fantasy Grounds completely and see if I go back in. Or maybe even try and create the character over in the GM version instead of the character or the player's version. But anyway, thank you so much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed. If you did, be sure to leave a thumbs up down below. Aside from that, comment, like, and subscribe. Follow me on Twitter. Check out my Discord and my other channels. And don't forget about my Great Big Game giveaway. When I hit 1,000 subs, I'm giving away 57 Steam games, plus one copy of Fantasy Grounds Standard Classic Edition, not Unity. So that even increases it a little bit more as to how many, though. 58 games now, or 58 products. But be sure to tell everyone you know about my channel, have them check it out. If they like it, they can sub and we'll be one step closer to the Great Big Game giveaway, or software giveaway, whatever you want to call it. And that would be it. Thanks for watching, and until next time, I'll be seeing you later. Bye!